Welcome back to Hardball. Formal talks between President Trump and North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un are scheduled to get underway in just a few hours. As the leaders open their two-day nuclear summit in Vietnam, President Trump was full of praise for the authoritarian ruler he now calls a friend.
It's an honor to be with Chairman Kim. It's an honor to be together. I thought the first summit was a great success, and I think this one hopefully will be equal or greater than the first. And we made a lot of progress, and I think the biggest progress was our relationship is really a good one. I think that you will have a tremendous future with your country, a great leader. And I look forward to watching it happen and helping it to happen, and we will help it to happen.
And new tonight, NBC News now reporting that U.S. negotiators have already dropped a key demand ahead of that summit, that North Korea agreed to disclose a full accounting of its nuclear weapons and ballistic missile programs. Joining me now is Democratic Congresswoman from Hawaii and 2020 presidential candidate Tulsi Gabbard. Congresswoman, thank you for joining us. First, let me just start. We have been talking all show, all day about what went on in Washington today, the Michael Cohen testimony before the House Oversight Committee, the president weighing in on Twitter, all of the accusations that were leveled his way. Do you think, as we are now counting down the hours and the minutes to Trump and Kim Jong-un sitting down together, do you think this is going to have an effect? What happened in Washington today is going to have an effect on that summit in Vietnam?
That remains to be seen. I think what's most important and what I've been focused on is this summit and the reality of the situation that we're facing with North Korea. Unfortunately, I think it's highly unlikely that Kim will be willing to give up his nuclear weapons for two main reasons. First is, Kim saw what happened in Libya. He saw how we promised Libya's dictator Gaddafi that if he gave up his nuclear weapons program, that we would not overthrow him. Well, he gave up those weapons. He gave up that program, and we blew him away. And so Kim's not going to make that same mistake. The second reason is Kim has seen how President Trump tore up the Iran nuclear agreement, tore up the INF treaty, and therefore will not have any faith in whatever kind of agreement Trump presents to him.
Well, if that's the framework for looking at this, then no matter what you think of Libya, it can't be undone. It happened. It's on the record. So what is the path to denuclearizing North Korea? Is there even one?
Well, the problem is not only has Kim seen what happened in Libya, he has seen how the United States continues. President Trump has continued this policy of regime change in the world. This continues to undermine any kind of promises that President Trump tries to make to Kim Jong-un, saying we're not going to come in and overthrow you as long as you give up your nuclear weapons. This policy of the United States of regime change is what causes dictators like Kim to hold on even stronger to their nuclear weapons.
But you're talking about a policy of regime change here. The policy, the posture we've been hearing, just watching the president in public toward Kim Jong-un is one of almost, it sounds like flattery, talking about him as a friend, talking about him as a great leader of his country, all the potential he has over there. What do you make of that?
Well, the point here is that whatever Trump says is not really what's at issue here. What's at issue is the reality of U.S. foreign policy and this continued policy of regime change that's actually undermining our national security, that's undermining the ability for such an agreement to denuclearize the Korean Peninsula to take place. And that change in that policy is what needs to happen.
Tulsi Gabbard, Democratic Congresswoman, Democratic presidential candidate. Thank you for taking a few minutes. And up next, more from Michael Cohen's bombshell.